wanted to weigh in on why this ruling is severely damaging to our American freedom as citizens. Although on the surface, the case centered around Donald Trump's blatant, unconstitutional executive order to deny birthright citizenship to children born in the United States whose parents are undocumented immigrants, it really was about whether or not the federal judges in the lower courts could administer rulings or nationwide injunctions blocking enforcement of executive orders, and if it was appropriate. To give some context, in the United States Constitution, which can be broad and open to interpretation, Article 1, Section 1-3.1, it states, to achieve the principles of a system of checks and balances, judicial courts check on the other two branches. However, the Supreme Court, in a 6-3 ruling, determined that the process of nationwide injunction was an overreach of authority granted to federal courts to provide legal relief. To quote the dissent statement, Justice Sonia Sotomayor said, "No matter how illegal a law or policy, courts can never simply tell the executive to stop enforcing it against anyone." This ruling has removed a critical check in the system of checks and balances. The Constitution's framers intended the check by the judicial branch to act in curbing the excess overreach of an out-of-control executive branch. Going back to Article 1, Section 1-3.1, it states, articulated by James Madison, "The courts are assured independence from the political branches through good behavior tenure and security of compensations. And through judicial review, the courts check the other two branches." This has been taken away. So now what? The Supreme Court has essentially given authorization and consent to the executive branch and Donald Trump to order whatever other maniacal executive orders with questionable legality he wants. And he can likely enforce them. As Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson wrote in her dissent, "What it means to have a system of government that is bounded by law is that everyone is constrained by the law, no exceptions. And for that to actually happen, courts must have the power to order everyone, including the executive, to follow the law, full stop. To conclude otherwise is to endorse the creation of a zone of lawlessness within which the executive has the prerogative to take or leave the law as it wishes."